Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's play some Asphalt 8, but before I actually get to play anything, there is a little bit of explaining that I gotta do now. Probably by the thumbnail and the title of the video, you kinda know where I'm going with this, but in case you don't know, I'll give you a little bit of context as to what happened. There's been a contest that started, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago or something like that. That was Asphalt 8 and Tushek for that contest. It was kind of a collab type of thing, you know, Tushek, that car that was added like, I don't know how many months ago. So the contest was this. Asphalt on September 15. So yeah, it's been 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks. A new contest in Asphalt 8 featuring Tushek Official. Use the template and draw your decal on it. Use the hashtag, post it on our Discord fan or channel, blah blah blah. This is the important part. The winner decal will be added to the game. So I saw that, and obviously they give you over here the template in which you're supposed to create your own decal. And you know, I thought it was an interesting idea. For a long time I've been thinking that, you know, it would be nice to try to design some decals or some livery on some of the cars that I like, mostly for things like Forza Horizon, where you can actually make them and, you know, put them in the car. Just never, normally when I do those type of decals over there, I just go with whatever I can come up right as I'm editing it, rather than coming up in paper or quote unquote paper like this and just kind of color it and plan it. So either way, I saw this and I thought like, hey, you know what, it might be fun to do. And right as this was posted, I created mine. I think I posted it the exact same day, because I thought, hey, let's see what I can do. Nothing too interesting, but you know, maybe something that looks nice. Honestly, I wasn't thinking of winning, and in fact, just to be clear, I did not win. Just saying. Spoiler alert, I did not win. But I thought, hey, you know, I want to make it. I want to test what my imagination can come up with, and you know, I still post it just in case, whatever. So yeah, this is the what they gave, and this. How do I change image? Oh yeah, I gotta minimize it, I gotta make it small, and then I can move. Yeah, there we go. And this is the one I made. So basically all that I did was, actually I did 2 different versions, but this is the one that I like the most. I played a lot with, you know, changing the trim color, not the color, but where I was adding the trim. Obviously in most of this carbon area, I added it to the edges, kind of reminiscent to what Centenario does, or a lot of cars do. So I made sure to basically add outlines to the main lower side, like I said, some of the trim and whatnot, and then some additional lines just for the good of it. I do like when there's long lines running around, because they kind of show the shape of the car very nicely. And also I wanted the fin right here to also be colored, because having it black, well, you know, it, like over here you can see it's black, but it doesn't show very much. So instead I made it into that color, and then the main body color, I made it a gradient between some blue and some strange green tone. A little bit of a curious thing, I don't know if you've noticed that there's actually this triangle in the original model. If you look at it under certain angles in the model viewer in game, we can actually look at it right now. Let's go over here to share. Where's it? There it is. I don't know why I couldn't see it. If you look at it, you can see that there's indeed a little bit of a triangle over here. So I just made it so much more obvious, because I thought, hey, let's add the actual logo. So that's what I did over here. I added the logo and the letters Tushek and none of that. I didn't want to make it a super crazy busy livery with tons of letters everywhere and you know, brands and whatnot. I just wanted to do something that was relatively clean, but also highlighted a lot the shapes of the car, and that's what I did. And honestly, I was very happy with it. I liked how it ended. Like I said, I did not win, but if we go over here, you will see this was the announcement. This was the actual livery that won first place, and here we go. We received a lot of amazing blah 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 blah. The grand winner was Rinsler GTZ from Discord, and honestly, I'm not upset about losing to this person. It's a very cool livery that they made. Added some dark and light colors, a bunch of trims and all of that. So I think it's a good design. And over that, it's better rendered because they added some reflection style and some shading and all of that, so it looks even fancier. But overall, it's a really cool livery, so I'm not salty by any means to losing to this. But honorary follow-ups, I think rather than follow-ups, they meant to say runner-ups, but still, same thing. DB Thanatos, guess who that is? And then Rodrigo JK from Discord and Mowahid.Rehan from Instagram. So yeah, those were the runner-ups. I was one of them. And in fact, in the announcement that they did on Twitter, it doesn't show it, but the announcement that they made when the contest came out here on Discord, it actually did say that the winner was gonna, not the winner, the main winner was gonna get the decal added into the game, which means that this is gonna eventually get added into the game, or something very, very similar to this. And then for the runner-ups, they were gonna get an ultimate upgrade, which honestly, that's exactly what also pushed me a little bit to try, because it's like, maybe I can win one ultimate upgrade, so that would be pretty dope. And by being a runner-up, I did win, but I did not win an ultimate upgrade. Nope. What I got was a free season pass. Holy smokes, that is correct. I did not spend anything. I just got a free season pass. So now I have access to all of this. You can see I'm already at level 65 because I've been playing. I haven't spent a single bit, I hadn't even spent on the free, because it was like, whatever. But I got the free premium pass. So that's fantastic. But not only that, honestly, surprisingly to me, I got even the premium pass plus, meaning I also got all of the coins that conveys, and also I got 1,000 storage slots for my storage. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's pretty dope. I was like, oh wow, this ended up being pretty cool. And like I said, I did not get an ultimate upgrade, not directly, but I did get, obviously, by having the premium, I also get the ultimate upgrade over here. So in the end, I did get my ultimate upgrade with a bunch of additional benefits. So that's pretty dope. I think this is the very first time that I win something like this in any type of contest online and all of that. So hey, I'll take it. I'm not complaining by any means. I'm glad about it, because I've said before, you remember in the previous videos that I said that I still think that the ultimate upgrade is worth it. I wouldn't say that necessarily. I'm not one to pass judgment and say, yeah, you should spend $10 or it's not worth $10. I understand that there's some people who want to go 100% free to play, and it's an insult to say, hey, you may want to spend $10 just to get this single thing. But there's other people who spend even more, and $10 for upgrading to the max a single car, now that the upgrading process is so difficult, might just be worth it. So to me, I was like, maybe, because honestly, the cars are cool cars. I actually kind of like this car. I'll get to that in a second. But I don't have the i8. I don't have the Honda, what is it? Integra, whatever it is. I don't have the Rizvani Alpha. I don't have the Maserati Alfieri. Whatever was here, I do have it. Whatever was here, I do have it. And oh yeah, I think this was the Veneno, and over here would be the Cyan, or here, I don't know, wherever it was. So I do have some of the cars, but not all of them. So that's why I was thinking like maybe it could be worth it. But like I said in the previous videos, I just didn't feel like spending money in the game, and I haven't. So that's why I said that I had some explaining to do, because I did not want to record a video and you were like, wait a second, DBT, it looks like you have the premium pass. What the hell, man? You said that you weren't gonna spend money in the game. Well, I didn't. I just happened to win that contest. Sort of win, Again, I'm not my livery is not gonna get added into the game, which is a bit sad, because I don't think I did an amazing job, but I don't think I did a terrible job either. But hey, whatever. It's not gonna make it into the game, but at least I did get my bunch of shit, so I'll take it. Now, I did say I wanted to talk a little bit about the Ramona. Honestly, I know it's a fantasy car, and I wonder if this means that Gameloft is going to start adding more fantasy cars, but all things considered, I do kind of like the car. It looks muscly car, but on top of that, it has a big wing, and I do like the trim. In fact, the color options for the car are kind of dope. That is just the default, the gray. We have this, I don't know, strange brownie color. We have dark green. This one looks very cool in my opinion. It's very metallic. The darks, what would you say, the shade or whatever, the light is refracted. It looks kind of cool. Those dark and shinier tones. We have this other green tone, which also looks very cool. This looks a bit too much for me, but hey, at least it does have the neon-like trim. Same thing with this one, a bit more conservative. Then we have the white with the red, kind of eye-searing, but still kind of cool. And finally the blue, also very neon-like. So yeah, overall I do like the car, and I did even consider like maybe it wouldn't be too bad. I don't know, maybe I'll end up upgrading it. Who knows? Now that all of the cars are so difficult to upgrade, there's no good or bad car to upgrade so long as it's the ones that are at the top of their brackets. And you know, I kind of like the car, honestly I do. I know that a lot of people, and I think, you know, justifiably so, are concerned, like kind of I am, that is this the beginning for fantasy cars in Asphalt 8 and we're not gonna see more Lambos or whatever. I don't think we're gonna see that timeline happen, not directly, not fully at least. But I do think it's a cool looking car. So yeah, maybe at some point I will upgrade it. But like I said, I kind of liked it, so that was another reason for me to consider it. So yeah, there's a lot of things for me to claim, and in fact I want to claim that right now while we're here. I just want to keep an eye on what are my resources. I have almost 2 million fusion coins, 1.7 million credits. I didn't mean to go here. I don't want to claim everything because I need to make sure. I think I have all the space to fit it all into my inventory, considering that I'm gonna get also 100 additional storage slots over here and another 500 over here. So that makes it so that I have, I don't know, a ton. I'm nearing 5,000 slots, so imagine that. But I do want to claim also my resources, and I'll tell you why in a second. Basically, I want to claim things that are not gonna use a space in my inventory. That is the main thing here. Like for example, this avatar is not exactly on my inventory, so let's get it. Some additional currencies. And like I said, I hadn't spent a single bit in anything. In fact, I didn't even know that I was already in level 65. But hey, I have been playing for a little bit in this season, so it kind of makes sense that I did reach higher level. In fact, because multiplayer right now gives you like ×5 the mileage per race. Yeah, you play enough multiplayer, it's really easy to level this up. Some additional credits. Oh, I also have to get this. By the way, did I get stuff from here? No. Okay, all of this is inventory, so I still get this. I don't know, I just felt like it was gonna be slightly cathartic to be, you know, claiming some of this and figure out how much I'm getting. I guess I could have done the math and just be like, oh, it's gonna be exactly this many infusion coins and this many credits, but I don't know. There's something to be like, I had this much, and after I did all of this, I have this much. So yeah. But as I said in the other video where I was talking about the proposition of this season pass, I still am in the same position where I think that this thing overall, I find it ridiculous the amount of parts that they give you, because it's not even enough to fully upgrade one car. And that is one thing that I do find kind of obnoxious, that this season pass has lost so much of its value. Because then 25 of this wildcards. Well, yeah, but what is that good for? Not even for fully upgrading one car. In fact, that is what, like 1/6 maybe of what you need. So yeah, that is the part that has been bothering me a little bit, with the idea that, you know, oh, you know what, I'm gonna claim this for sure. Well, just in a second. All right, so how much do I have now? I think that was it, right? For the credits and the fusion coin. Don't worry, we'll claim our cars in a second. Just making sure that I did claim what I wanted to claim. Yeah, I think that's it, right? I think so. All right, cool. So now we have, look at that, almost 6 million and almost 4 million. So yeah, that was definitely a bunch of resources to get there. But this would have been fantastic, I don't know, a month ago, right? Before this patch dropped. 5 million or so, no, like 4 million. I got like 4 million fusion coins. Yeah, that would have been fantastic back then. Now this doesn't take you all that far, not anymore. So that's why I'm not like hyper excited about having gotten that. But you know, sadly it is what it is. Now let's claim some of the other stuff. Like for example, let's claim my Ramona, and let's look at that fancy animation that the game gives you when you get a new car. See, now even the textures have problems loading in the main menu. That's still kind of annoying. Yeah, I kind of like it in that color, to be completely honest. It's a nice combination of the orangey trim with the green, peculiar green. Yeah, I kind of like this one. So I don't know, maybe I'll eventually work in upgrading that thing, maybe. All right, over here we have the BMW i8 Coupe, or Coupe, however the hell you want to pronounce it. This car is such a pain in the ass to get in Asphalt 9, so that's why I'm seeing it here like, oh wow, you can actually get it in this game. In Asphalt 9, it's almost impossible. It's never available. And I also like the angry eyes from behind. This looks like angry eyes. What can I say? It's all right. That is the BMW. Over here, we can claim our Honda Integra Type R. Cool, cool, cool. Nice wing. You know, it's a old school type of wing, but it's still a wing, so can appreciate it. Although, honestly, I don't even know what rank is that at. 1140. Oh, wait a second. Is that upgradable with ads, maybe? That would be dope. Because at least that would be one that yes, I can upgrade it with ads. Fantastic. I will be proing that in a week or a couple weeks. I don't know how long it takes. All right. Then over here we have the Resbani Beast Alpha, which is kind of a funny story because I did want to get this car for a long time. Back when both cars, the Alpha and the X, were gonna be nerfed, we knew that they were gonna be nerfed. The prices to buying these cars lowered a lot, and I ended up buying the Resbani Beast X, and I just gave up on the Alpha. And then once they were moved to their new rebalanced position, I did consider buying it, but I was like, at some point. So at least now I have it. Again, I'm not sure that I'm gonna be upgrading it anytime soon, given, you know, all the problems with the upgrading system, but whatever. Let's claim my Maserati Alfieri. Another car that I see a lot in, not see a lot, but I know that it's an Asphalt 9 and I've used it a bunch. So that's kind of cool. Let me claim this, not that this is a car, but hey, this doesn't use inventory either. So let's go for that. And this is all parts, so it's inventory stuff. More inventory stuff, and I think that's it. Oh, no, I missed also my, what is Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo. Let's go. Oh, and I need to claim this for sure. Another Porsche. I mean, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Porsches. What rank is this? 1500. Wow, that's way higher than I thought. But I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Porsche to begin with, and that, not so interesting to me. But hey, there's that. And let me claim my thing, because this one is actually very important. Yeah, I know how they work. Thank you. Fantastic. All right, so that's basically all the things that I could claim that doesn't use space other than my ultimate upgrade. I'm gonna store all of it, 236, but like I said, I should be fine on my storage space. Yeah, it fits perfectly fine because I have, like, look at that, almost 5,000. Yeah, that's dope. So I wanted to talk a little bit while we're here about the storage situation. Obviously right now, because of all the ads to get storage and all of this stuff that I got, plus the additional 1,000 that I got from the Premium Plus, yeah, I have a lot of them, but it's a bit of a problem because, you know, I had barely 3,000 before all of this happened, and I was having this trouble of starting to get a bunch of parts that I cannot use, and this is a problem with the inventory. I think that obviously they want to sell you more inventory space, right? With money you can buy and all of that, but it's kind of a problem to have limits on the inventory because now that the cars require so many parts, it's really easy to be watching ads and start getting trickling parts, kind of like all of this that have been trickling in, but none of this is enough to upgrade a car, not fully. So you end up in a situation where you end up having a ton of parts, but they're not enough to upgrade any one car. And there comes a point when you're like, okay, I don't have any more space and I want to focus on my Class A car. So I'm going to have to sell all of this shit on Class C and Class B in order to just have space for my Class A type of things. So that is very annoying because overall you're killing your own resources that you have been gathering. That is very, very annoying, and it has happened to me before. Even before all of this system started, when I only had like 300 slots for inventory. So that is indeed a problem, and like I said, right now I count myself fortunate that I have enough space for me to be rather comfortable with it. But overall, yeah, I can see how this is a big problem for people that don't have a ton of storage. Now, I've been working on my Pagani Imola. I can actually show you where I am. And I'm in a little bit of a conundrum with this car because if you see, I have it at 9, 7, 10, 8. So I'm getting close, but if you see, I have 30 upgrades because these were part of the previous season pass. I didn't spend them. And they were Class A regular upgrades. They became this type of upgrades and I could use them. And obviously I have more than enough to pro this thing, but I don't know that I want to use them like that. Honestly, what I'm thinking is just, for example, using it over here, although I don't have enough parts. That's actually why I wanted to claim my stuff from the from the season pass because I need more parts for this. But for example, I want to do this and maybe have it 9, 9. Well, 10, this one I already upgraded. Have this also to 9 and then only use one ultimate upgrade. Obviously, I'm still gonna end up spending a bunch of credits and parts in order to get them to 9. And then just using one ultimate upgrade, you might be thinking, DBT, why don't you just use them? You just need 2 upgrades here, 3 and 1. So that's what, 6 upgrades that I need to spend. But honestly, I'm so frugal that I'd rather just spend 3. In the most expensive upgrade in regards, not to the price, because we know the price remained the same, but in parts. But then I think about it and it's like, well, is that really a big difference jumping from needing 9 of this to needing 10? I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So at least this one I will take to level 8. But it's just that I don't want to really spend a lot of this. I only want to use them when I really have to. So obviously I'm not going to be using it in cars that just to take them any particular stat to level 1, but maybe from 8 to 9 is good. From 9 to 10 is definitely the best one to do. It would have been more relevant when the upgrades, like the final upgrade, used to cost like 600,000 or 500,000 or however much it was. Then you would be saving quite a bit of fusion coins now. But since all of the upgrades now cost the same, then there's not a whole lot of saving in that regard. But that's why I'm thinking about it. Now, that's enough of all of this. Sorry that I haven't played anything, but at least we can play the last minutes. And oh, I have a bunch of things that I haven't claimed over here. I probably should do all of that, but not in this video. We're gonna do the multiplayer cup, because what I wanted to do is actually test some of the cars and classes that I don't have, and over here is a free opportunity to try them. So obviously there's stuff like the Chiron Super Spot 300 Plus, the Bolide, oh, I love that car, the Renault Sport RS01. I want to show you this car because, man, it sounds so good. And I was talking a lot about it when I was thinking if I was going to buy this car. Nowadays I can't because I don't have enough tokens. But we can try it out. Just because I like how it sounds. Now the problem, and you know, I've been thinking, well, why don't I make videos about the multiplayer event? I may not have the cars, but I can play with those fancy cars during this cup. The problem is that it's always the same track. You know, for this weekend it's just going to be this track, so it's no variation on tracks. So it might get boring to see half hour of races in the exact same track, even though the cars themselves are changing. But I don't know, if you want to see something like that, me doing something like that, I could do it. I could definitely do it, because that's also, you know, recording them is gonna make me play it a bunch and maybe get a decent placement. And honestly, now that there's no more boosters in the ad wheel, I've been getting worried that I'm gonna run out of boosters at some point. So far, I'm not even close to that. But you know, I'm just thinking over time, like, hey, it might just happen. I don't want to jinx things, but you know, we're in a decent position with boosters right now because of how we're getting them and through which methods we're getting them. But that might just end at any time, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've been a little bit worried, definitely, about the boosters. So that's why I've been doing these cups. Listen to this engine. Well, it's not very loud right now, so there's all the other cars. Oh boy, everybody's wrecking. But listen to this thing. It's so low. It sounds so gurgly nice. I don't know, I like it. And honestly, the car itself is very cool looking. You know that I love racing looking cars. Big wings, lots of aero, and there is a bolide catching up to me, not fantastic. The nitro direction actually seems pretty alright for the car. Not great, but you know, I was thinking it was gonna be worse because this is a relatively old car. But no, it seems to be pretty good. No, why are you doing that? Oh, come on, man, really? Oh, I was looking good for second place. Ah, come on, bullshit. I call bullshit, man. I'll get some points from that. So, yeah, I kind of like the car, what can I say? Do I regret buying the Devel 16? No. No, I'm glad that I did get the Devel 16 because it's also a very crazy looking car. In fact, it looks crazier than this, so that's something to consider. But, you know, I did look at this car and I'm like, oh man, I wish I had it. And earlier, when I was doing the Friday multiplayer event with the boys, I actually found somebody running with this cartoon at the 1500 rank, and that was rather interesting to me because it's like, oh wow. Now, granted, it was losing pretty much every race. Oh, look, two bolides and oh wow, a La Voiture Noire, cool. But still, beautiful car. Like I was saying, I can do more videos just doing these multiplayer races because again, Over here, they give you liberty of do free try with all of these Class S cars, including the best cars in the game. You know, sometimes you just want to mess around with things that you don't have or that you really want to test out. Like, again, this beauty of the Vel 16. And now, obviously, this being multiplayer, you gotta wait for the lobbies to fill up. And, you know, it can take a while for them. Not that there's not enough players playing. Normally there are. But, you know, it's a lobby. So it does take a little bit. So there's a lot of dead time in between. Now, there's another thing curious. I don't know if this is a bug or not. It seems to me that Gameloft is aware of this already. And they haven't done anything about it. But basically, you have unlimited... You can play this unlimitedly. So long as you have at least 6 tickets. And I got knocked down because of course. So these races, oh come on man, really? I was already triple tap nitro. Anyway, these races, this type of events cost 3 tickets, right? 3 out of your 10 tickets. The tickets refill every 10 minutes, and I'm driving terribly. Well, granted, it's a bit difficult to drive this car, but anyway. Now the thing is that once you do the first race, it's gonna spend 3 tickets. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's all my fault, 100%. God damn it. I'm gonna be last place. But then the next race, it's still gonna require you to have 3 tickets in order to start the race. That's why I said that you need 6, because the first 3 are in the first race, and then the next 3 are gonna be used in are gonna be required to start the next race, but it actually doesn't ever spend them. So you end up in a situation. Can I still third place? No. We must have finished really close in time. What was it? Yeah, no, wait. Oh, with this. No, I did beat him? I think I did. Okay, cool. The next races are gonna require you to have at least 3 tickets, but it actually doesn't spend them. So you can continue doing these races over and 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 just have some fun like that. But like I said, the problem is that you don't have... It's all done in the same track. So it's not like you can just be doing your own multiplayer in a bunch of different tracks and all of that. Nah, that's not how it works. Now, before we end the video, there is one card that I do want to use, and that is going to be the Tushek. Now, that... Oh shit, they don't let me use it. What? Alright, I am surprised about that. Wow, I thought they were gonna let me use the Tushek over here. I wanted to figure out how good or bad it is. So I need to test it out, and you know, because I won an ultimate upgrade with the Tushek, I am curious if, you know, maybe it would be okay for me to ultimate upgrade the Tushek. But it's not available over here, so that's kinda bad. Okay, well, then I guess I'm just gonna have to use one of the cars that I would really love to have, and that is the Bugatti Bolide, because why not? Now, if you have been keeping track of my ultimate upgrades, not that you should, or you must be keeping track of that, but if you have, you know that I have quite a few that I have been saving around. In fact, from all of the ultimate upgrades that have been given and all of that, or purchased, I suppose, I've only used one, and I used it on the Bugatti Vision Sport Gran Turismo, whatever the hell it was called. Oh, Jesus. I only used it on that, so I still have all the other ones. So by now, I think I should have like 5 ultimate upgrades. Now, the thing is that I thought if this season, before it started, obviously, if this season has 2 ultimate upgrades, now I'm going to use 3. I know which cars I'm going to use the 3 ultimate upgrades. I already had it all planned. I'm not going to say which ones they are because maybe I'll make it into a little bit of a game for another video. If I ever do it, that is. But yeah, I had my plans as to which cars I wanted to ultimate upgrade and all of that. But once I saw that there's only one single ultimate upgrade in this season, it's like, oh boy, here we go with scarcity starting to become a thing with the ultimate upgrades. So I think I have in 5, given this premium pass that I got. Nice, I got first place. How about that? But because of this, I am now in a position, because obviously the difference was only one ultimate upgrade, right? I said if it has 2, I'll use 3 of them, of the ones, you know, that I have. But it only has 1, so maybe I could still use 2 or 3 anyway, and I will still have a couple left. But I am a little bit concerned that this might just be a little bit of, you know, foreshadowing of what's gonna happen with the ultimate upgrades. Are they eventually gonna go semi-extinct? I don't know, but it is a little bit concerning. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm in no hurry to ultimate upgrade anything at the moment. There's definitely, like I said, some cars that I did want to ultimate upgrade, but at this point I'm like, nah, let's just wait. Let's wait and see what happens. Maybe in the future the ultimate upgrade will just become a crazy, incredibly rare thing, and there might be a moment when I would be like, oh my god, this would be a fantastic moment to use the ultimate upgrade when they introduce the super hybrid cars that require 3 times as many resources as they require now, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, an ultimate upgrade could do this perfectly. But you know, in the end, there's no way of telling what Gameloft is gonna do. So there's also that trope of, you know, too awesome to use, where there's something so goddamn useful that you never want to use it because maybe I'll need it in the future, and you end up finishing the game. Oh fuck! I didn't manage to drift. So you end up beating the entire game and you never use your hyper elixir because you thought it was too awesome to use. So I might just be cornering myself into that situation with not wanting to use the ultimate upgrade. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for the time being, like I said, I'm in no hurry to ultimate upgrade anything. There's definitely, like I said, some cars that I was thinking of ultimate upgrading, but at this point I'm rather, you know, questioning. Oh my god, it's Kid! It's Kid! Did you see that? Oh well, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. I continue to think about it the same way that I've been thinking about it for the past several months. So we'll see. But there we go. A little bit of races with different cars. Unfortunately, my Develop 16 just scat on me. Remember, scat, according to DVT, is the past tense of a skid. So the car scat. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you would like to see some more videos about these particular races, which obviously would be around the weekends when these races are available. Now, this is obviously something that you can play, and look at that. How many races I did, and I am at 7 tickets. That's what I was saying about the tickets not going down. And just for good measure, hold on. That's over here. Yeah, 5 ultimate upgrades. And also these things I'm going to be saving for as long as I can. I don't have a love for Class B, but I'm going to save this because, you know. One last thing before I go, and it ties to the idea of those upgrades. Right now in the offers, they have removed the Class D upgrades and now they're selling Class C. The interesting part is that they're selling them at exactly the same price as Class D were. So this makes me wonder if they're going to keep the same prices for Class B, for Class A, and Class S. Now, again, this is $1 just in my local currency, 7 upgrades for $5 or 15 for $10. Now, I'm not saying that you should buy this. In fact, I will not. But I think this, if the prices remain the same, this is a much better proposition if it was upgrades on Class S, not Class C, Class B, or maybe even Class A. Class A and S might be worth it. So just wanted to mention that. I'm curious to see if they're gonna keep the prices, or if by any chance it's gonna be like Class D, C, and B is gonna be one price, because that was the old, you know, those belong to the old wildcards, the bronze wildcards, and then we're gonna have a different price for Class A and Class S. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. In the meantime, that's where I'm gonna leave it, and I don't know why this thing wasn't scrolling. That's where I'm gonna leave it. Thank you very much for watching. You know what to do. Hit the like button, or if you disliked the video, go ahead and hit the dislike button too. Check the House of Room, which is my Discord server. Link is in the description. We talk about this game and other racing games, some IRL stuff like collecting, diecast, and some car spotting and whatnot. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and stay safe. Bye bye.